Good to be
Hello.
back.
Howdy.
It's been some time,
It's been some time. Some time has passed.
and that's okay.
It's okay.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to
Yeah,
put my little mushroom on my shelf. I forgot he wasn't over there.
yeah. Well, everyone knows we just finished Miskatonic and working on the new spot hidden material and all that good stuff. I
I've
don't
already
know
made a
what we do
playlist for my
next.
character.
So, no. I'm adding to the universe that I'm working on right now, and yeah.
About
So
a desert.
it's. Oh no. That's just one world or one story in the world. So we're you'll see a full collection come from this when I eventually get to it. But
Oh,
no, when I finish it.
Hudson, you might be muted. We can hear you. I don't think Twitch can hear you. Your mic might be muted in OBS. Oh,
See now, chat. This is an issue because we have told Hudson. Now the issue is he so stubborn as to now not swap it back?
hold on. Let me unmute the Twitch.
Oh, that'll be fun.
I don't. No, I can't hear you on Twitch, honey.
Give us a moment.
It was such a good intro, too.
Where's the technical difficulties? Yeah, I hope you guys can read lips. We'll be right back.
We'll do it again.
Yep. Yep. Hudson still does not have the mic. He is telling us to chat amongst ourselves. So he's going to go plug it in.
He also said, "I make the greatest characters in tabletop." Thanks, buddy. He didn't say that. Um, yeah. So what? Yeah. So, are we still up? Cool. Yeah. What are we interested in?
Matt, you're good at
Next little-
improv. You were in that
Cool, I got
troupe,
it.
right?
The improv troupe. It was called uh
The
the
whitest kids you know.
I wish. I wanted to make a joke, but I don't know if
What
that's
is? I don't even
appropriate.
know what that's from. I just know that.
It's a
Whitest kids
YouTube
you know did yeah, Trevor knows.
shorts. Yeah, they did YouTube shorts. They were pretty good.
You might have seen the one with Abraham Lincoln and the real reason
No, they
he
did. They were on
was
Mad TV. Sorry, I
I don't
interrupted.
know. I was
Whitest
just
kids you
making
know?
a joke about
Yeah,
improv groups.
Yeah, they definitely did the Abraham Lincoln, like the real reason he was murdered.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he's actually up in the booth.
Just
It's obviously a skit, but he's up in the booth and he's heckling the actors at this
Yeah.
play the entire time to the point where it's so aggressive.
Hi
that one
everyone,
of
welcome
the-
to Talk Spot.
Yeah. And anyway, to sum up what I'm saying is, and then he started heckling another audience member down on the ground floor.
who happened
And
to be
the-
Booth. And
yeah,
Booth was
yeah.
heckling back. Booth was like, "What are you doing?" Abraham was like,
yeah.
"Fuck you."
String
That was
beam like a
funny.
mother. Anyway, quality entertainment. I could start the summary. I don't know if we want to.
Start the summary. Yeah, that would be good. Do the summary while Huddy's getting fixed.
Got it. Well, we
There you
are
go.
live.
Not getting fixed. He's not getting fixed. Unless.
That's
Hello,
Oh.
can anybody hear me now?
Oh, let me unmute Twitch.
Hello, testing,
Yeah,
testing,
you're
1,
up.
2, 3.
You're
Yeah,
good.
I don't know what, it said my mic was disconnected, so I guess I'm gonna have to disconnect
getting
and
so bad,
reconnect
my
every
watch
time
is
I
like-
pull up OBS from now on. Okay,
Fuck that.
so, thank you for being patient with us, in our, technical difficulties as usual.
It's not-
I know it's gonna give,
It's-
Matt more, footage for his great videos that he's been producing lately. So, perfect. All right, so let's
It's not spot hidden without tech.
right,
Without tech issues.
right, perfect. So, all right, we got the all go from London. So here we go. Are we ready to start part 2 of Operation Kraken, episode 2 of Achtung, Cthulhu? I guess that's a
Yes.
yes, Matt.
a yes. I am Captain.
Matt, if you would, we're really off to a great start tonight.
We are.
Matt, if you will please give us the breakdown from the last episode, because I know you are dying over there to do this.
Okay, here
You
we
look like
go.
you're getting ready to fight Ivan Drago in Rocky 4.
If he dies, he died. I'm gonna get it for you. I'm gonna get it for Adrian. Sorry. That just threw me off my game. But here we are, episode 4 of the second operation in Achtung. This is part 2 of Operation 2. Is that right? Sure. Whatever. All right, here we go. We started in the office of like the high up dudes, the captain with his kilt, all that good shit. And they're like, listen, there's some weird shit going down in the ocean near like the fucking like Norway or someplace like that. It was really wild. None of us have really ever swam before. We got close that one time with that tank, but that's history at this point. And we were like, none of our guns are gonna work. So we started putting them in like Ziplocs, but Ziploc wasn't a thing. So we just found some plastic. And we go down in this metal tube. They call them submarines. At the time, it was a U-boat, which doesn't make any sense because they're not in the shape of a U. It's like a circle. But anyway, we're in it. Pinky is talking to like all the engineers who have been operating these things, watch their buddies die, and Pinky comes out and like, hey, you're doing it wrong. Here's why. And then they're like, well, I don't really think so. But Pinky's like, no. And then we roll up to some ruins. There's like rocks on the ocean floor, right? But like different rocks that like had like aesthetic. It had a mood to it. I think Anushka said something like, oh, mood, as she like saw these. Anyway, we go up to the rocks. There's a bunch of dead bodies. That another O-boat is destroyed on the ocean floor. And we're like, what the fuck? And we swim into one of these like underwater oil rigs, but it wasn't for oil. It was for like magic shit that we're fighting the Germans. And so we swim in, and then we hear like this loud roaring. It's like if your stomach was grumbling, but the entire ocean could hear it. And then we found a book about Atlantis. That shit was wild. Something about at first it started out being called a triton, and then a tritent, and then a trident. It's one of those three. I'll let you figure it out for yourself. This underwater oil rig, not for oil, actually came toppling down as our marvelous heroes, led by the one true hero, Stone Hayes, went back into the water. And actually, we were right above a cemetery. I know I'm dragging on. I'll wrap it up. We were right above a cemetery. Stone is like, I'm running out of air. We need to find some air. So he starts swimming off. Anushka's like, nah, you don't need air. She swims down into the graves. And Stone's like, all right, maybe the dead bodies have air. We start flipping up casket lids, coffin lids. And Stone's like, hey, Binky, we got to go. So they start leaving. Anushka's like, I got this. And with one just maybe there was methamphetamine in the air, this burst of strength underwater, she hoists is a better word, this coffin lid off the center coffin and finds the Triton of Tridents. And that is where we left off.
Now I'm the Queen of Atlantis.
That is correct, Matt. And also when Dragomir picked up the Triton, it began to take some sort of force and form with the water circling around the Trident and Dragomir. So, we are back right where we left off. We have the squad, the three of our agents of KP, swimming deep below the ocean floor off the coast of Norway. And they're in this cemetery, and Dragomir has found this Triton. And the water is circling around her. But off to the distance, very close, they hear this very large roar.
Yeah.
And if you will all go to Roll20, I'm going to show you all what you're seeing.
Tale of Stone Haze.
Someone else gets to describe it. I just talked. Ooh.
This is what's coming at you.
It's a Kraken. Surprise.
Yes. The Hastur Kraken of the Deep is coming right at you. So.
Oh boy.
Matt, did you also let everybody know that you also suffered kind of a wound to your oxygen tank?
Correct. Yeah,
Yes.
Like I said, running out of oxygen. He's trying to handle that. Now, the Russian has a magic stick, and also I will clarify, it's the Kraken, but the octopus Kraken, not like the
Not the squid Kraken.
not the jacked one that you see in like Clash of the Titans.
Right. I was going to use that picture, but then I was like, nah.
Okay, I will say, Dragomir didn't run off and leave y'all. Y'all ran off and left Dragomir because
we didn't
have
get
no
very
way.
far when you flip that up.
Yeah, we have no way of communicating. Want to point that out? So, like, we have no clue what the other person's doing right now.
So, real quick, before I let y'all take over, so Matt, Stone Haze only has about 30 minutes left before he's going to need to either try to swim back up to the surface, or he's going to try to have to swim back to the U-boat, or you will die of drowning.
For some reason, I thought starvation is what you're gonna say.
I mean, oxygen's.
You're going to die from dysentery. I don't know. I just picked something.
You're gonna die for sure.
Let's get back to the old covered wagon we call U-boat.
Oh, and yes, real quick, because, all right, so Carly, you see this Kraken.
Yep.
So Dragomir sees the Kraken, and Stonehaze and Pinky, are y'all both with Dragomir, or have y'all swam off?
Last I remember, I was swimming away because Stone waved me off, and I was like, sure.
Yeah,
Okay,
so Stone
so-
waved for Pinky like to come with him.
Or maybe that was it. I don't know. You
and-
motioned for me to do something.
And we were headed to the other base locations because the one we just left was destroyed. And Stone was thinking maybe there's a chance of reaching those for air.
Okay, so y'all are
but
looking
I believe
towards the
his mind does not
northern
be
part.
changed. Correct.
Okay, I have a question. Would when the water did the little spinny thing around me, would the currents have like disturbed them enough? Would they have noticed this? Would they be looking at me and notice that there's a giant kraken coming towards me?
Well, if both Stonehaze and Pinky are traveling north, then all three of you are going to need to make sanity rolls. Because that is where the creature is coming from.
That's fine, as long as they see it. 76, 59 failure. Starting this off strong.
I like starting off with sanity rolls.
Feels very appropriate.
If I can get to the sanity roller, it doesn't matter. 96 versus 59 failure.
Oh, shit.
I am behind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so behind. Why did
Come on, complete the trifecta, Pinky.
the freaking thing changed? Oh, there it is.
I definitely have been
Good job,
forgetting
Pinky.
to...
Yeah, extreme success.
Damn.
274.
All right,
Yeah.
so Stonehaze and Dragomir, please take 3 points of sanity loss, and Pinky, you're only going to take 1 point of sanity loss. And Pinky, why does this kraken not seem to disturb you as much?
Probably because I don't actually believe it's real. Like I'm not actually seeing this right now. It's some sort of German machine or something. I've seen crazy German machine things already before. This is not like it's not real. Like it's not a real thing that's gonna eat me, I guess. That's the only way I could see him not being worried about it yet. Or he's got other things to worry about, I guess. You know, being deep in water.
There
Did
are
he
bigger
leave
problems.
the oven on?
There are bigger problems. I left the oven on. I don't know. I'm just as surprised as you are, honestly.
Excellent. So, this kraken is coming towards y'all. It's about in the center of our map. Let me pull that map back up for everybody. Let's see here. Where did it go?
I love a good map.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I didn't have a map for this episode. I was describing it. Perfect. So in the middle, in the middle, we have the Chaosium, and to the northeast we have the Site B, and to the northwest we have Site C. And then Site A was the one where you were. But Site B and Site C have both been destroyed already. And this kraken is coming towards y'all at the cemetery.
Okay, so that bleeds into the question I thought I might have. Stone is headed north, assumedly with Pinky at his 6th. What kind of cover is Stone looking at in terms of what he can hide behind, or is that all behind him in this crashed cemetery and destruction?
There are a couple of pillars and other small ruins that have kind of fallen over. And you, in the cemetery behind you, where Dragomir is, there are large tombs that you can hide behind.
Oh, that's probably a good idea. We should probably hide, right?
Yeah, Stone, if he's seeing the full majesty of the massive human-sized teeth and tentacles of this kraken, yeah, he's probably going to double back to a place he knows he isn't going to be swooped up.
Okay, and just to let you know, the U-boat is also directly behind y'all, south of you. So the kraken is north. Y'all are in between both the U-boat and the kraken.
Understood.
Okay. I think we're all thinking the same thing here. Hopefully.
Well, we're hiding in these coffins.
Yeah, I'm just gonna lay down in the one that I just opened.
Okay, so everybody's gonna hide. So
Speaking
Pinky,
of-
are you hiding?
Yeah, I'm kind of watching what Stone's doing, I think.
Okay.
I'm going to go with that. Like, oh, he's hiding now? All right, I guess we'll hide.
Speaking of, I didn't know. I just recently learned this: the difference between a coffin and a casket. And a casket has the door.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Coffin's just a lid.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway,
The more you
The more
know.
you know, yeah.
uh,
We learn a lot of
yeah,
things
yeah,
on here.
thanks.
I thought
Anyway,
about
yep.
being a mortician for a while.
Uh, yeah. So we're looking for maybe that first one that we opened in this cemetery to hide in.
Okay, so Stonehaze, Dragomir, and Pinky, I believe, are all going to need to make stealth rolls because they are going to hide in the ruins of what is possibly part of the city of Atlantis.
4980 success.
Ah,
Fuck you.
son of a. Oh, you might have to cover for me, Pinky, because hey, success for Stone there with the 23,
Extreme
35.
success.
Perfect.
Nice.
So,
Probably because I'm so chill.
so Dragomir,
Sure, man.
after grabbing the trident, looks and sees the Kraken and knows how big this Kraken is, so she decides to throw herself into the tomb that she has opened and just lays there as this hair, this old white hair, is kind of just slapping her in the face because of the water and the current from the skeleton that she's laying on. Both Stonehaze and Pinky hide underneath these pillars that have kind of turned over and have been laying on top of an old kind of marble stone. You really can't tell what it is because the ocean has kind of deteriorated. But the staircase, they're laying on top of that, so they've kind of snuck underneath that. It's quiet for a while, but then you notice a shadow begin to come over the light. And as you kind of look through the cracks of the pillars, and as you look from the tomb that you're laying in, you see this very large, 300-yard long Kraken go past you, heading towards your U-boat.
Shit. That's even worse. Okay.
There's nothing Stone can do in this. So
I want to just kind of sit there for a second, and I'm just going to look between the Kraken and the trident that I have. And I'm just going to swear in Russian and swim up at this thing as fast as I can with the trident. Try to, like, stab it with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bliet. Matt's just thinking, shit, I got to do a counter again.
you don't know what I'm thinking. What is Huddy thinking is what I'm wondering.
Carly, did I give you the stats last time for
Nope.
the Triton? Okay, perfect. So the damage for the Triton is a 3d6 plus 1.
Okay.
And it needs to be in close range also. So if you're...
Okay. How do I add? Does it use Brawl?
Yes, Brawl. And while Carly's doing that, Stonehaze and Pinky, what are you doing?
Man, there's
I would
nothing for
imagine-
me to do.
Yeah.
What is the
if it's headed
malfunction
to
on
our
it?
main.
Is there one?
The
On a stick?
malfunction is a 90.
90. Okay.
It does more than Shank.
Could try to go to the, I mean, you said everything was destroyed. I mean, I could try to go to the weapons C. It was station C, right?
That is correct, but both C and B have been destroyed at this point.
Yeah, so I would just be
Right.
looking at junk. There's nothing I
I
can
just
do.
want to say at this point, y'all see Dragomir just swim up as fast as she can and stab this motherfucker with a 51 versus 53 for 12 damage.
Okay. We will take that.
It's not a lot, but it's enough to get its attention.
That is correct. All right. So,
Oh, great. I didn't want to be right.
as Dragomir rushes, swimming directly up to the belly of this Kraken as it passes over them, she sticks the Triton into the belly of the Kraken, releasing a lot of black blood out from it, giving it 12 damage as you hear the Kraken roar. So everybody, let's roll for Dex to see who's all going first, even though Carly has
And
already
then
drawn first blood.
Oh, you made
Sorry.
me ink.
No, it's okay. We will allow that because you are going to need it.
Yeah. I have a plan. I don't have a way to communicate my plan, but I have a plan.
I was thinking we were still hiding. But
I'm not letting it touch the U-boat.
Oh, I gotta
Dragomir
roll
would not.
the bonus thing.
No, just click the
Your dex.
under combat, click turn tracker, and it just shows you what your turn order will be.
Oh, where's that?
it's in the middle right,
Under
middle
combat.
left of the screen. It says dexterity and then your number, and that's the one you want.
Oh,
in the
I
combat
don't.
tab.
Oh, wait. Here we go.
There you go.
If we have
Okay, cool.
tokens, it'll show you, but we don't use tokens. So.
Perfect. All right. So Dragomir, you will go first. So I'll let you have a second attack with that. Stonehaze,
Perfect.
you will be second, then Pinky, and then the Kraken.
Shit. That was as high as I could have rolled, but it's a 61 versus 53 failure. But it would have done 18 freaking damage.
Okay. So Dragomir, so it was a failure.
Yeah.
So Dragomir is going in for a second attack, but the creature's tentacles start moving and pushing Dragomir away, but not too violently to where she will take damage, but it moves her a couple of yards away from the Kraken.
And I want to, there's one of the domes or whatever is remaining, like the facilities.
The one that you're close to is Facility A, and that's the only one that's still intact.
Okay.
Kind of.
I'm going to, if I can see the others' attentions, I'm gonna like wave at them and point to the facility. And then just stay where I'm at.
Okay.
She's pointing at a facility, like
Yes.
the letter A facility.
Yes,
Okay,
the one we just came from.
Stonehaze and Pinky, will you give me a spot hidden roll then?
Feel it in my bones.
We're going to be doing a lot of rolling tonight.
Yes, we are. That is a
Shit.
failure. 82-35.
Same.
Okay,
44-35.
so as Dragomir, under the water, is trying to get their attention, both Stonehaze and Pinky are so obsessed with the size of this Kraken, they have no idea Dragomir is trying to get their attention. Stonehaze, it is your turn.
Man. I really wish she didn't just stab a 300-yard octopus.
I'm sorry, I should have
okay,
made it 300 centimeters.
that
You
would
should
have been.
have.
I think it's better. I'm not a
That's better.
geologist.
I should have made it a 172 scale
Okay.
model.
Okay, so as far as we know, I'm analyzing. As far as we know, the distance to the ones we were headed to first have been destroyed. It came from the north, meaning that's the ones the sites I was interested in. The U-boat is now blocked off by it, and it's also pissed off with us. So the most local things to consider are, number one, the stick guns that can operate underwater.
Mhm.
Whatever. Apparently, it's on a. Never mind.
The harpoon gun / spear that shoots out of
underwater ballista.
88 flat gun. It's whatever you want.
That's
to
the
call
one. That's the one. Yeah. So we
Spear
have
gun.
those. We have the cemetery, and we have the partially destroyed site A. So.
And let me remind you, because this is also something we should note, that in Facility A, there were 2 hangar doors. One of the hangar doors was empty, where one of the U-boats had fallen out of it and is on the bottom of the ocean floor, close to you now. But inside the other hangar, there was a U-boat just sitting there, and it looked to be untouched and undamaged.
Actually, last episode you said that all collapsed.
Oh,
That is true.
Do you-
Thank you,
do you remember?
Trevor. Yep.
Congratulations, Trevor.
Trevor, you're that
Trevor,
kid
you get
that's
the
like,
star. You have killed the
Did we
Kraken,
have-
and that's the end of the episode. It shows
Are
how
you
much
not
I
gonna
remember
take up
from
the
2
whole
weeks
break?
ago.
Welcome, guys.
What award does he get, Huddy?
You get Excalibur.
All right.
You get the Narc Award this episode.
Yep, you get the
All
Narc
right.
Award. Perfect. This is why you shouldn't take a 2-week break, even though you have to sometimes.
Sorry.
No, you're good. No, thank you for reminding me of that, because I was thinking, how the U-boat's still in there, and then you said that, and I was like, oh yeah. Okay, so Facility A, Facility B, and Facility C are all destroyed. your only chance is
Okay.
either to swim up, or go back to the U-boat, or try to finish this Kraken off. And Carly, you did 12 points of damage, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Keeper, in this cemetery, this underwater cemetery that we're looking at, are any of the other coffins marked with anything noteworthy compared to the empty ones that we opened?
Can you give me another spot hidden roll, please?
Sure can. I'll take that bonus with it.
Just a brain blast. Sorry.
11 versus 35.
Sorry.
So you will see the way the cemetery is folded out, it's almost just 180 of tombs. And there's about, I believe I said, around 100 of these tombs. I'm sure I'm wrong, because I did not go back and rewatch what I said in the last episode, of course.
We've
No,
noticed
you're
more.
Yes, you've noticed more at this point, or less.
Or less.
Who knows? So you notice a lot of these tombs, but really the only tomb that really stands out the most is the one in the center that Dragomir was currently at until she swam up with the Triton.
Okay, so that's the only one that's noteworthy.
Because it was in the center and it was surrounded by all these other tombs.
And that's why I went for that one, because I knew it would be special.
So Stone wanted his own special tomb too.
Yeah, I wanted to give you the trident. I didn't want it.
That's a little late for that. Okay.
Give it a freaking Lestat here.
We're in quite the pickle. Pinky, Trevor, more specifically, as players, we are in quite the pickle.
Okay. I'm gonna make a bomb.
Cool, man.
In the
Of
game,
yourself?
Twitch, in the
Oh,
game.
sorry.
Yes, we disavow. It's only in the game.
I know how I'm gonna do it too. So the only thing I need to find is some sort of like in-game grenade, like a stick grenade, and a road flare, and I've got an oxygen tank. And then
yes.
something to like rope it all together.
So, Keeper, does Stone see any road flares at the bottom of this ocean in 1939?
We'd have to go to the weapons depot.
Oh.
So I might.
Flares work underwater, I think.
Yeah, they do, because it's not like gas fueled. Right? It's yes, you get it. It's
I get
metal.
it. I've
Yeah.
played video games. I know.
Rocks. Anyway,
I played whatever game that was that had flares. Narcosis. That one.
I'm gonna get Stone's attention and then like start swimming towards the weaponry, the sea station, in hopes to looking through like all the rubble and stuff to try to find these underwater flares and maybe a grenade.
With his limited oxygen, Stone is not inclined to go with you. However, it does seem you're out of danger. That's also another reason, because that's just swim away from the danger. So, damn, man, this is okay. I don't like this at all. I guess he'll shoot at it. That always solves the problem, right?
Right.
Sure.
With
What are the stats?
the harpoon.
Yeah. I don't know if you gave us those stats or not.
It's a 2d6 plus 1. It also has a flamethrower and a chainsaw attached to it also.
Thank God. Okay, that's what I was
Not
hoping
really.
to
Not really.
I'll just take the chainsaw if you want to get off the, take off the flamethrower. No.
No, you have the spear gun.
That is a failure, 66 versus 60.
Okay. And as Stone Haze shoots the spear gun towards the Kraken, it goes and it goes and it goes because the distance he's at, it goes and it goes, and then it starts trailing off. And it doesn't hit the Kraken.
Okay.
Pinky,
Yes.
it is your turn.
Yes. Am I at Station C yet? Or wait, am I going towards Station C?
Well, this is your turn now to be able to do that. So
Oh.
previously it was Stonehaze's
Sorry.
stuff. No, you're good.
I went on a rant. So yeah.
No, it's fine. It's all good.
I'm gonna make an explosive and go to. But to do that, I need to go look for like stuff at the downed weaponry depot spot. I need to find a grenade and a flare.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
So you're going to disconnect from the combat.
Yep.
All right. And you're
And
going
I'm
to go
swimming.
to the weapons room, the war room.
Just keep swimming.
Okay. So we'll allow that. I'm not going to give you a penalty or any damage penalty because if that happened, you would probably die.
Thanks. Thanks. Appreciate it.
So, Pinky, you're going to spend this turn going to find some weaponry, so we'll come back to you. And now it is the Kraken's turn. So this
Stone is gonna jab his knife into Pinky's ear, so it shoots him like a rocket over to. No, I'm kidding.
I was excited for a second.
No.
All right, so this Kraken is going to
Healing balloon.
turn towards Carly or Dragomir because it's hurting now in the stomach from this Triton. And this Triton has done some very powerful, inhuman damage to this Kraken. And this Kraken is going to use one of its long tentacles to try to swipe at Dragomir.
Yeah. Swipe or no swiping.
And it's a hard success. Dragomir, you'll be taking 6 damage as the Kraken knocks you away even further.
Can I try to dodge? I know I have to get extreme success, but I want to try to dodge.
Yes, please.
It's a success, but it's not an extreme, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. So would you still take damage from that, or?
Yes.
Okay. So take 6 points.
This is the same amount of damage I took when I fell from the tree.
Oh my god.
So
Nice.
Dragomir is knocked a little bit further away. You're probably about 20 yards away now.
Cool. I'm gonna keep swimming that direction. Away.
Okay, away.
The opposite direction of the U-boat. I'm trying to basically kite this thing.
Away from the U-boat? Okay.
Yes.
And so you are moving further away because of the tentacle strike. And the Kraken is starting to kind of slowly move its way kind of towards you to start following you because something is making it very hungry for you. Stonehaze, we're back at you.
Stone is of no use with this tiny little underwater stick gun. So what Stone is going to do is start swimming with his limited option back to the U-boat because they could use some help right now. So he's going to try to go low and underneath this thing.
Okay, will you give me a stealth roll, please? With a bonus die since you were going under it.
So, for my next character, I think I might be from Georgia.
Oh, 45-35.
Georgia the country
Georgia,
or
Russia,
Georgia
you
the
mean, right?
state? Yeah.
Yes. For when Dragomir gets mauled by a Kraken.
So you had a failure. So Stonehaze, as he is swimming underneath the Kraken's tentacle on its right side goes under, sensing its presence, and kind of moves Stonehaze back towards the pillars. Not in an aggressive way or giving you any damage, but he does sense you and moves you back. So he's trying to get you away from that belly. Pinky, we're back at you.
Okay,
and Pinky, you're still swimming. You're about halfway there now. Is there anything? You're around the Coliseum area. So as Pinky is swimming, you look and you see this very large Coliseum, and you almost recognize it to almost look almost as like a clone to the Roman Colosseum in Rome. You notice these very large, ornate figures around the Colosseum, and each of them have these very large tritons. And if you want to give me a spot hidden roll, that'd be great.
Sure. 7135.
3135?
71. Sorry,
Oh,
7135.
So you see all these very nice figurines. So you're halfway there.
Sorry.
There's some
Probably
Funko
something
Pops
that-
at the bottom of the ocean.
Right.
Is there-
probably something important
Yeah,
there.
Funko
but,
Pops. Is there anything else you would like to do?
keep swimming and keep my eye out for, the materials I need to make Big Boom.
Okay. So we're back to you. Wait a minute. Yes. Wait. No, we're back to the Kraken, correct? Yeah.
Back to you, Mr. Kraken.
Dragomir,
What is
did
your
you
next
go?
move?
You didn't go, did you, Dragomir? No, you did.
I don't
You
think
did. Yeah,
so.
you did. You did.
Yeah,
You started
I
swimming-
swam away
right,
from
yeah.
it.
Right.
That's
okay.
what it was.
So we're back to the Kraken. The Kraken is coming after Dragomir, and it's going to make another tentacle swipe at it
Yeah.
because it is not in close range at the moment.
Dodge that shit.
You gonna
another
dodge?
hard success.
Yeah. Success, but not a hard success. So I'm
Yeah.
taking 7 damage.
Yes, so the tentacle strike was a hard success, and it was 7
Shit.
damage.
Okay.
Someone's not looking
As
good.
Hey guys, I'm at 5 HP.
Yep.
Yeah.
As the tentacle swipes at Dragomir, knocking her to the side. I need to make a roll real quick.
Yep, that's fair. Hey, I now have a major wound, right? That's how that works, I think.
We're not going to do that since we're doing
Okay.
pulp right now.
Cool.
Not for this episode. Okay.
God.
Okay. And as that happens, the tentacle swipes at Dragomir, almost knocking Dragomir unconscious. But Dragomir looks and sees the stolen German U-boat being
Thank
captained by Captain Thatch coming directly at the Kraken. And you see its torpedo tubes begin to open.
God. Thank
And you
God.
see a torpedo being launched from the U-boat. And let's see what happens.
Please don't miss.
Stone is riding the torpedo as it comes in with a cowboy hat.
Cowboy
I
hat,
was
yeah.
literally, I was hoping that I could just buy them some time before they got sunk. That's all I was working on.
Noble sacrifice.
Perfect. So the torpedo hit, and let me do damage real quick.
It's real good.
It did 20 damage to the side of the Kraken. So the torpedo is launched from the first tube of the U-boat, and it's going out to the side of the Kraken, and it hits and explodes, and the Kraken begins to scream like a monster, almost
Thank
like a
God.
mix between a lion and a rhino.
Oh, I know.
And it took 20 points of damage. And now we're back to Stone Haze. No, Dragomir.
I want to swim as fast as I can away from this thing. And I want to, can I like take a pot shot at it with my harpoon or my spear gun as I'm swimming?
So you want to, as you're swimming, shoot?
Yeah, I want to kind of be swimming and then like kind of wheel back around and get the spear gun out and take a pot shot.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Okay,
Since
Would
you're
that
going up
be-
with such a beast right now.
cool. Thank you. I don't have the spear gun on here. Sorry. I should put that in there.
No, you're using firearm skill.
Yeah, I just don't have it in there. You said it's 2d6 plus 1?
Yes, 2d6 plus 1.
Just put that in there for now. I used fighting skill 1. That would have been 44 versus 80 if I had rolled it correctly.
Okay, and with 5 damage?
Yes, with
Okay,
5 damage.
so Dragomir begins to swim. And in which direction are you swimming? South, kind of like along the side of the U-boat, or just south around the U-boat? Or are you going
I'm
north towards the Coliseum and where Pinky?
actually, I'm gonna try to get into the U-boat, or like to the U-boat.
Okay, so you're going towards the U-boat. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
I'm trying to get inside this thing and get some medical attention. Sorry, you guys.
No, it's okay. I'm tallying up the hit points for the Kraken. Perfect. You're so the Kraken is. Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, so I'm not going to say that. I was about to spoil something.
It's investments, yeah.
Dragomir takes the harpoon gun after swimming a couple of yards away from it and shoots, and the harpoon or spear travels with such ferocity that it hits the side of the Kraken, and another roar is let loose from the Kraken. Stonehaze, it is your turn.
Stonehaze was knocked down to the columns. Where is he?
Well, yeah, no, you're just kind of brushed aside. So you're on the if the U-boat is looking straight on almost now to the Kraken, because the Kraken has started diverting its attention to the U-boat because Dragomir has started going towards the U-boat. You are to its right side, the Kraken's right side. So you're on the flank, its right flank. So if you were looking at the map, you would technically be looking at the left side then.
Right. Got it. Understood. If there's nothing of use around him and he wasn't moved that far, then he'll take one of these last couple of spears he has and launch it with that spear gun at an eye to try and maybe get its attention, piss it off.
Okay, so you are
Now,
still kind of towards the belly side of it, and the eye, or two eyes, are kind of directly on top of it. So if my head is the Kraken's face, you're kind of like over here. Okay, you see this hand? And you would need to swim to get it.
And that swim would take a round, would it not?
Yes, it would, because it is a 300-yard animal creature. Something from out of this world.
It is.
And
does it help to say that Stone did track and field in high school?
Sure, you just won the game. You also
You're
get
underwater.
You also get a golden star.
Shot puts the spear.
Thanks.
Javelin throws the spear.
You are underwater.
No, it's not going to help at all.
No. Okay. I hate being in these awkward situations. How far away from Site A, the crash Site A, am I?
About 10 yards.
What launches a torpedo? What arms it?
What arms a torpedo?
Yeah. Is it just the momentum, just the impact?
No. So, like on a torpedo, it has the propellers, and if I remember correctly, they have to like set a timer on it, and so they kind of like wind it up, almost like a wind-up toy, and so it will shoot out with those propellers because they have to put it in this tube, and the tube fills up with water. They open the hatch, and it will go out, and it, however long they set the time for it, it'll just keep going until it hits. It makes impact with its target.
Okay, Stone is going to swim down to this wreckage, and he is looking for a torpedo.
Okay.
A spare torpedo.
Okay, I like it. Give me a spot hidden roll.
You got it. It's always the gamble with this bonus die. Doesn't matter, 1035 hard success. Search inside A, this crash site A, for a spare torpedo.
As Stone Haze is swimming towards the wreckage of Facility A, the wreckage that was standing originally that they were in, you're swimming past a bunch of these bodies that are still kind of floating down towards the bottom that will probably be eaten later by some sort of sea creature. You're swimming and you see the U-boat that you noticed prior to entering the facility earlier, still laying on the bottom. And the back half of it is kind of covered up by debris from the facility. But the front and the kind of top area where the top hatch would be, where you would enter, is not blocked at all.
Okay, so that's assuming that's where we're gonna find one is in this hatch. So,
Well,
uh,
are you swimming? Are you going to continue swimming towards it?
yeah,
Okay.
he'd be looking around
And
this moon bay or whatever the hell you want to call it for for something that might have been up on the wall,
right,
or
yeah,
spare
yeah.
armament stuff
So
like that.
as you get closer, you'll see some of the debris from the facility, and you'll notice that there was a rack, a very large rack that held about 6 torpedoes. So 3 on each side of the rack, and those torpedoes are kind of laying around in the sand.
Perfect. Well, this is. I'm sure there's some weight to him, but he's gonna try to pick one up and start to swim out
Okay,
of this.
can you give me a strength roll, please?
Sure can. 5095 success.
So Stone Haze swims to the bottom of the ocean floor, amongst the ruins in this fallen U-boat. And there's 6 torpedoes just kind of laying around as these small fish kind of go by and swim around it, kind of knowing, hey, maybe one day I could build a house here or something, raise my son Nemo. And with Stone Haze's might and strength, he begins to pick this very large torpedo up that usually takes about 3 men to pick up, or 3 people just to pick up. And so Stone Haze picks this torpedo up, and that will leave off for you, and we'll get back to Pinky. Pinky, you are swimming towards the weapons facility,
Yes.
the war room, and now
Yes.
you've gotten there. And what you notice is it's almost like there's a mountain or a hill underneath the ocean. And on top of this mountain is this structure, this very Romanesque Greek structure with pillars. It's almost a round kind of structure with pillars that go around all of it. And there's a large door in the very middle of it. And there's steps, very, very long set of stairs that go down the hill that lead to it. Or up to it.
I guess I'll go through the door.
Okay.
Does it? Do I?
Do you want to give me a spot hidden roll real quick?
Is that my only option here? 9735.
Okay. All I'll tell you is you do notice that there is another big crash site or wreckage next to this place that I've just described.
Okay, so I'll I'll keep looking around, but that's suspicious. You know, it's just like a door that goes. Wait, it goes into the ground.
No. So it is a kind of large structure. It is kind of a 180 structure, so it is
Uh-huh.
it goes around. It has pillars around it. It has a roof to it, but in the middle there seems to be a very large door, and it's sitting on
Oh.
top of this hill or mountain that's underneath the ocean that you're in. So you're kind of like, oh wow, there's a mountain or a hill, underneath the ocean. That's strange. It's not like it's a reef or anything like that. It looks like almost like it was a landmass that has sunk underneath the ocean.
Ah, so it's probably not German. We're gonna look at the German stuff
Okay.
first.
All right, so
and
you're
then
gonna
we'll come
go.
back for the
Okay, so you're gonna head
Atlantis
towards the
stuff. Yeah.
crash site. Okay.
Yes.
So as you swim towards the crash site B, on the map, you remember it was called War Room. You get there and you see these 2 U-boats that have been just shredded apart.
Cool.
More dead bodies, more German bodies everywhere. You notice a couple of torpedoes laying around on the sand, the bottom of the ocean floor. Give me another spot hidden roll, would you?
We're not succeeding in these spot hidden rolls.
You can spend a point.
I could spin a point, but my luck point's at like a nice 80 right now, and then it'd be a 79.
Oh, Trevor, come 80. Fucking God damn.
I'll spend a point. How do I do that?
Nice.
How do I do that?
You'll just deduct it from
Do I
your
just- okay.
your luck.
Okay. 79 now. Ugh. Okay.
I know.
Good
I know the
gross
feeling.
number. All right.
So, as you're getting towards this facility, you do notice kind of a silvery glint that catches your eye in the ocean as the sun begins to kind of break through the clouds above the ocean and comes piercing through. You notice an oxygen tank floating.
Sweet. I'll go down to get that other oxygen tank.
And now you have an oxygen tank.
Awesome. Now I'm looking for flares and stuff, but it's
would love for
probably somebody
everyone-
else's turn.
To just look at Matt's face right now.
You know what? What's wrong with America, Pinky? You sit back and you hoard all the oxygen tanks.
It'd be all right.
Better question is, why did the Germans have an oxygen tank?
Wait, Germans breathe?
Do they?
Do they?
Last time I heard, yeah.
I love
So
this
now we're back to the
papers.
Kraken. So the
From what I've
Kraken,
researched,
as Dragomir is swimming towards the U-boat to try and get back in safely, the Kraken, after getting hit by the torpedo from the U-boat, is turning its attention towards the U-boat and is going to swipe at the U-boat.
Probably a little stronger than a Russian.
And-
Maybe not.
Situation.
And the tentacle strike is going to hit the U-boat with a hard success, and it's going to give the U-boat 10 damage. And all the crew inside are knocked to their feet, or knocked down onto the floor, knocked up into the roof as this U-boat is kind of turned sideways. Now we're
Could've been
back
you,
to
Anushka.
Dragomir. What? What's that?
I said, could have been you, Anushka.
Could have been me. I'm going to continue swimming to the U-boat. Is there like an airlock we can get in?
Yes,
Or,
remember the
Okay. Yes.
the hatch that you came out
I
of?
do remember this.
Yes.
I would like to go to that hatch and begin banging on the door.
Okay, and I won't even make you do a roll. The hatch
you.
does kind of open as one of the other crew members who's in a scuba gear kind of brings you into the small room that is, flanked by another hatch that leads inside the U-boat, and he closes the outside hatch. The water leaves the small room, and the inside hatch opens, and you are greeted by Captain Thatch. What is going on out there?
There's a Kraken. I have this, and I'm holding up the trident. And the other two are still out there somewhere.
You have a
don't know.
trident, and you're saying there's a Kraken out there? We thought that there was another U-boat. That's why we fired this torpedo.
No, that's that is not a U-boat. Trust me.
Common mistake. It's
We caught... All right. Somehow we're going to need to fire all these torpedoes at it, or you can use your silly little trident on it.
I am not feeling very well, so maybe we put the tridents in the torpedo launcher.
And Captain Thatch looks down and notices that you are bruised and kind of wounded. You are taking
Yeah.
some internal bleeding from this force that was hit from the tentacles.
On the scale of 1 to 18, I'm feeling it's about the 5 right now.
All right. We don't have our medical officer present at this moment because we were unable to find one, but I may be able to perform some sort of medicine on you.
I'll be fine. We need to worry about everyone else first.
Okay. And Captain Thatch will take you back to the front of the ship where they are launching the torpedoes. And so
I
that
would love to find, and I'm going to say, I need to find some way to get this to Stone. I don't know where he is.
was Stone. You left him out in the water, correct?
Yes.
You should have at least an hour left in your oxygen tank.
One of his was damaged.
Oh, that is correct. Yes. Wait, no. Okay, hold on.
That was her saying that to
Yeah,
him.
okay, yeah. Okay, so... Lord have mercy. Somebody just honked. You're saying that Stone Hayes, his oxygen tank has been damaged? Give me your gear. I will swim out there and give him the Triton and get him back to safety.
I'm just gonna kind of reluctantly kind of start handing everything over because I don't want this dude to die because of me, but I'm gonna be a liability if I go back out there. So.
And Captain Thatch puts on all the gear and takes the Triton. And before he exits the boat, he tells his first mate, open not test tube, but open tube to flood it and fire as he exits the sub or U-boat. And got to make a roll for the U-boat as it's firing again at the Kraken.
Go U-boat.
So the U-boat fires the second tube. Its second torpedo comes out, but the tentacle on the right side of the Kraken swipes and deflects the torpedo as the torpedo just begins to go off into the far abyss of the ocean. And now we're back to you, Stone Hayes.
Yeah, shit. So he has, with his might, picked up this spare torpedo, and he is now trying to ascend out of the Site A and point this torpedo at the Kraken that he sees swiping at this U-boat, and he is going to. Well, first it'll probably be a motion of focusing on the back end, arming it, and if it is by a dial, giving it maybe half a tick to a tick, and using those couple of seconds to then point it at the Kraken.
Okay, and where are you aiming at the Kraken?
Center mass, just whatever. He can't see the mouth, I imagine. What can he see? I'd imagine it's just the...
So you're still to the side, and you're on the ocean floor, so you're really seeing the side belly, the left side belly of the Kraken.
Well, he's not going to try to go far with this massive bomb. So yeah, he's going to aim center mass best he can.
Okay, please give me operate heavy machinery roll.
I felt it. Felt it in my bones. And I know it's not good. Where's it at? Don't you run from me. Holy shit! 5 versus 46 extreme?
And so okay. As Stone Hayes begins to turn the dials and begins to get the propeller going, with all of his strength and might, he begins to send this torpedo at a great speed, flying towards the Kraken, and it hits, and let me do the damage. 10 points of damage.
He gives a hearty American salute to that torpedo as it's sent off. Safe travels. All right. And that is, I believe, everything I'm capable of doing.
Perfect. We're back to Pinky. Pinky, you're still looking around in the wreckage, correct?
Right, I'm trying to find some flares, something that would set off this oxygen tank, and I'd probably also sacrifice whatever's left of, one of my oxygen tanks too, because when you mix oxygen with fire, it makes a really loud noise. Um, so I want to do that, and then also I need something to puncture the oxygen. So I could go the grenade route. I could also look for a spear gun as well, something that would be able to puncture it. But I want to I want to be able to basically strap the final goal. What I'm envisioning in my head is 2 oxygen tanks, one from my pack, strapped with this one I found, strapped together, and then have like these flares somehow attached to them, either by like tar or is it? Okay, have you ever seen like Halo 2? Um, when Master Chief returns the Covenant's bomb in the first scene? No?
I had
I don't think that's how
PlayStation.
this works here.
I've only ever played Griffball.
Okay. Well,
He is in space and this is water, so.
So let me get
Some
this
of-
straight. You want to get a harpoon gun or spear gun and strap dynamite or a grenade to it with an oxygen tank, but using tar.
well, no, actually strap the flares to the oxygen tanks and then puncture the oxygen tank somehow. And
You
when
would also need, I believe for that you'll need the feathers of a chicken that has not laid eggs yet.
right?
You also need a hawk's beak,
Uh-huh.
slightly chipped.
Yeah.
And,
And, bone meal.
Yeah,
And-
bone meal and about 180 steel
Ingots.
ingots. Yes.
Yeah, steel ingots, sure. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so which item? Which item are you looking on your grocery list right now?
Okay. Flares.
Flares. Okay. You can give me a spot hidden, or you can give me an education roll if you'd like.
My spot hidden.
You know the answer to that.
Oh, my education is better. 6 versus 50 education.
You know good and well that in a U-boat there would be a small kind of black box for like planes. There would be a black box for the U-boat that would have a flare gun in it.
I guess okay, that would work. All right, so I go for that. I'm gonna go for that.
Okay, so you're swimming towards one of these destroyed U-boats. You get to one of them that has just been torn in half. You've never seen a wreckage like this before, and as you swim, you start to see corpses just kind of floating along the ocean floor. And you begin to swim inside kind of the back half of this U-boat, kind of trying to get towards possibly the captain's quarters. Can you give me a spot hidden roll, please?
57 versus 35.
So as you're swimming in there, it's very dark. Very dark. There's a small red light was kind of glowing bright for a while that would illuminate the U-boat, but because of the water, it's starting to die.
Yeah.
And finally it dies, and now you're just kind of in darkness. You're next to about a couple of set of bunks probably where the crew would sleep.
Okay. There wouldn't be flares in here, hopefully. Yeah, so I can't really find the little fire room, the explosives room.
Unless you want to give me another spot hidden roll.
Sure, I could do that.
Keeper,
Looking
does
for-
Pinky see any worn out and or familiar faces in this darkness?
What?
Worn out familiar faces?
Worn out faces or familiar faces. Yeah. In this this darkness that he is in.
I don't believe so. These are
Okay, cool.
primarily
cool.
German soldiers.
Fine, Matt. I'm there with you.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I thought you were asking a serious question. Okay, so another failure. Yeah, so you're just in the darkness of this, the back half of this U-boat. So is there anything else you would like to do real quick?
I guess since I can't see anything, no.
So as the camera kind of pans back out from this U-boat and goes back past this kind of large mountain with this kind of Roman Greek structure on top of it, it swings back around to the back of the Kraken as the camera kind of edges further past, goes past the eyes, and in front of the Kraken, we have Captain Thatch swimming towards the Kraken with the trident. Gonna make a roll real
I
quick.
really hope I don't cause this dude to die.
Stone must be in here.
And so, as Captain Thatch is swimming, he notices the jaws of the Kraken. A very large set of jaws that holds probably around 300 sharp, razor-sharp teeth. He begins to go lower, close to the ocean floor, so he can try to get towards where Stonehaze was, and he's going to head towards the cemetery where Dragomir last told him that everybody was at or around. And now we're back to Dragomir. Oh, actually, hold on. I gotta make a roll. One more roll.
One more roll.
I just remembered that.
Again.
Yep, because that's
One
right.
for the road.
Okay, yeah. Oh, this is good for y'all. Okay, so as we get back to Dragomir, and Dragomir has just shot that other harpoon, or you've gotten back into the U-boat. Yeah. So you're in the U-boat, and everybody's loading. You notice that everybody's loading the other second set of torpedoes back in Tube 1 and Tube 2. Stonehaze, you're down below. You've just thrown that torpedo, and you just had a successful hit. Pinky, you're looking for this. But you notice, Stonehaze, Captain Thatch heading towards the cemetery. But as he's heading towards the cemetery, the Kraken, suffering a large amount of wounds, knows he's kind of outmatched at this point. And with a violent kind of turn and spin, he turns towards the west and begins to swim at a rapid pace off. And now he is out of your sight.
So there's no way I could get a second torpedo out. That's a bummer. We were supposed to be having sushi by now. Son of a bitch. So as this tentacled, mean-toothed creature is swimming off into the distance, and if I see Captain Thatch swimming close by, I would imagine the body looks different from the shape of the person looks different from Anushka. So I'm gonna go see who it is. Meet up with him.
Okay, and I will not make you do a roll for that. So as you get kind of closer towards the cemetery, the edge of the cemetery to be exact, you meet up with Captain Thatch, and he is adorning the scuba gear that Dragomir had earlier, and he's holding the trident. And he looks at you and is like, And you notice
Is
that
he pointing at the U-boat?
Pointing towards the U-boat.
Thumbs up, and we're headed that way.
All right, so both Captain Thatch and Stonehaze make it back into the U-boat, and Pinky, you're all the way to the northeast of the map. A couple hundred yards away from the U-boat. Still looking. You still have about an hour in your oxygen tank, though.
Trying my best to make a boom.
I want to say when Thatch and Stone get back into the U-boat, I'm going to go, where's Pinky?
That is a good question. Stonehaze,
He's
where is
out there
Pinky?
somewhere. He'll be fine. Last I saw, he was reading a magazine, something about Atlantis. There was a book. He's fine. Uh, I would advise we
That
wait
was
for
when
him.
we were still inside.
Just words go with you everywhere, I guess. We should probably wait on him. I will say I don't have the oxygen per se to get down to him. Uh, Anushka, I believe you last saw him.
Did I?
Oh,
I was a little preoccupied.
granted,
I'm like
I
holding
saw
my
you
side.
stab that squid there. That was mighty impressive, Anushka. I gotta
Thank
hand
you.
that one to you.
I am in excruciating pain.
You'll be fine. Right. So, someone want to give me an oxygen tank? I'll go find our noble engineer down there.
Yes, we can refit you with another oxygen tank, but I must highly suggest we get out of here immediately. I don't think this U-boat is capable of dealing with such a creature.
Right. Well, you turn it on. You turn it on around. I'll go find our fellow man, and as I suppose you know, Captain, no man left behind.
Yes, I understand that saying, even though I've had crew members left behind before. But I must highly suggest that we leave this area immediately. If you wish to go out there, that is fine, but my crew and I may or may not stay much longer.
I'll just look at Stone and say, I will stay here. And just kind of like give him a look, like, I'll stay here.
Cool. We'll be quick, Captain. I will jump into this airlock.
If you go back out there, I will give you 1 hour to get your soldier back here. If you're not back in an hour, you will be left to the ocean and whatever lies deep within its belly.
Do we think it will take that long to find Pinky? If it is going to be that long, then perhaps I should accompany you.
Don't worry about Anushka. I'll be back in 10, and then we'll see about nominating me for the Olympics.
Dragomir, I must
Wish-
highly suggest you stay back. You are wounded, unless your friend Stone Hayes would like to make a medical... some sort of... I was about to say medical roll. If your friend Stone Hayes would like to perform some sort of miracle on you and try to heal you, that is perfectly fine.
Well,
Does that come with the gray hair?
it does, actually. My intelligence, already high enough as was, has now surpassed any known limitations. However, I have so many things on my mind, I can certainly give an attempt. Where
Pinky is more of a priority.
Sure, but I have this bandage here, and Matthew is looking for the first aid
It's under
skill.
firearms for some reason.
Oh, there it is. 4 versus 43 extreme. I got this bandage here. Real quick. If you give me 15 minutes, real quick. Actually, it's not even gonna take that long. And we're gonna start wrapping this bandage.
Yeah, with that extreme success.
Oh, come on. That was an extreme success. He should get a bonus for that.
We're going to give you a bonus.
All
I'm going to
right.
give you another roll. So you get 1, and then you're going to get... So in total,
Oh my
you're going to
God. Can we?
get 9 points. 9 points rewarded back to Dragomir.
Hallelujah. Thank you.
It was mostly the pat on the shoulder that did it.
Yes.
I love how we went from 1 as low as possible to the
No,
highest.
it's very strange how the dice gods reward you.
Yeah.
Uh,
The dice gods also said, "No, we gonna make this canon. Stone's gonna be fine."
Okay.
Fine.
All right, fill her up, Captain. We'll be back in a jiffy, as they say.
So Dragomir, you're also suiting out to go back out?
Yes, if I am feeling okay, then. Well, no, I'm gonna stay here so they don't leave us.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay here so I can threaten them if they try to leave us.
Captain Thatch looks at you, Stonehaze, and says, "If you're going back out there, then I need you to take this with you," and hands you the trident. "Something like
Fantastic.
that does not belong on board my vessel."
Well,
I think Captain Pendragon would like to see it, but
He looks at you, Dragomir, and says, "Captain Pendragon will answer to me when I get back ashore, but right now, he is not here. Good luck, Stonehaze."
right.
And he begins to get you into the small room attached to the U-boat, and you exit the U-boat. And can you give me a power roll, please, Stonehaze?
I can.
I just looked at the roll 20.
60. Am I able to dampen that with Oh, you like that? Am I able to dampen that with luck points?
No, I just need to see something real quick. I have to make a note about it.
Okay.
But as you get back into the water, you notice, because you're holding the trident, the water begin to shape around you, almost like a tornado. A violent wind underneath the ocean you've never seen before is taking hold of you, as you notice that the trident is and has power to it. And with that, we're going to go on our break. How does that sound? We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back to see the outcome of how the agents of KP deal with this Kraken and see if or when they're going to get to Pinky.
Yeah, Pinky is just in a metal tube at the bottom of the ocean. Guys,
Oh.
I don't see any flares down here.
It's dark in here.
All right, so
Fantastic.
we'll be right back, and we hope you stay tuned, and thank you for being patient with us earlier also. So we'll be right back. Hope you're enjoying so far. I hope you enjoy what's to come. We'll be right back. And we're back.
We're back.
Welcome back, everybody.
We're back.
Hello.
Did everybody go and get a refreshment? Matt, what are you drinking?
Sure did. This is the classic. I almost said bourbon and cranberry. This is actually, I've gotten onto the rye train recently, rye whiskey, which typically I wouldn't do, but they have a Colorado rye that I have found in Texas, and it comes with a tin cup.
Very nice.
As a shot glass.
I had a good rye whiskey the other day. I made myself a pirate grog. First time making one of those, so it's okay. It's okay. It's
rum and water?
A little watered down.
It's rum and water, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's actual
Well,
grog,
it's
rum
like
and water.
that. I added some sugar cube and
Nice.
some lime to it. It's okay. I mean,
Nice.
nothing to write home about. It's all right.
I had a brown derby last week, and it was very good.
That sounds good.
I love it when Hudson's historically accurate. It's my favorite thing.
Mine was at a speakeasy. They served brown derbies in the 1920s. Mine's historically accurate.
Oh my gosh.
Pirate grog.
Pirate grog, yes.
Pirate grog.
Ahoy there.
Jesus.
It'd be great to play a pirate RBG. I think we
Yeah.
talked about it, right?
They have.
Once or twice.
God, what is it? Sunless. No, that's a video game. There's some like Powered by the Apocalypse. I'll look it up and tell y'all after when I find it. But
All right, so
That
we're
exists.
getting back into Achtung, Cthulhu, and we have left Dragomir inside the U-boat with Captain Thatch and the crew. Stone Hayes has suited back up in the prototype scuba suit. He's got a new oxygen tank, so he has about 2.5 hours worth of oxygen now. He is going back into the ocean to find a long-lost Pinky who's up in the northeast corner of the map and possibly the location of part of the city of Atlantis. And Pinky, why don't you give me a spot hidden roll?
Do I
They
notice
say
that?
the long lost Pinky
Safe?
has the power of telling off U-boat engineers.
Extreme success!
Nice.
Finally, a success on Spy Hidden. Okay.
What is that extreme, by the way? What are the numbers?
Oh, 535.
That's fucking wild. I'm sorry. I needed to hear it.
That's a good set of numbers right there.
It's
As you're
good.
making your way through the dark, as you get closer to things, you notice what they are. You get through a doorway, and in this small doorway, you notice a small cabin, and inside this small cabin, you kind of realize, oh, this is the captain's cabin. And you're
Sweet.
looking, and you know where to look. It should be directly underneath the bunk or the bed. You look, and you see a small, kind of black case. You open that black case, and you do see a flare gun with 3 rounds in it.
Awesome. I'm ready for my to build the underwater boom cannon. All right. We're still in the fight in Pinky's mind. He's like, yeah.
Right.
Nobody's gone back to the U-boat. I'm thinking that my friends are still getting hit.
Exactly.
Still fighting this Kraken thing, whatever. So, yeah. So I'm gonna grab the flare case. I got my oxygen tank, and I could probably. I don't know if there's anything else I need. I want to be able to like attach the flares to the oxygen tank. I think like 2 out of 3 of the flares.
Okay, you're gonna attach. What are you using to attach it to? You are underneath the ocean.
I'm sure there's some ropes or straps somewhere lying around. Yeah.
As a player-to-player tip, I would imagine you're gonna need more light in this U-boat. So if you could fire a flare into the fuel room, that should offer a little. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, oil. I can find some oil to kind of help speed things up a little bit.
Yes, and I won't even give you a roll for this. You notice a BP logo. Now you know there's an oil pump somewhere nearby.
Man, those things are everywhere.
Probably just overflowing with oil, polluting the water.
1939.
It's really going to make people's vacations just really bad this year.
Those things are everywhere. Ha!
Stone has a squirt gun and is underwater firing at the burning oil, much like that small little boat shooting water.
You just see all these fish just dying everywhere.
Oh,
big great whites just dying.
No, we won't have to worry about the Kraken anymore.
All right. Sorry. Okay.
Back to pretend land. Yeah. So I want to find something to possibly strap these little like rounds to, like 2 of the rounds to the tank.
The rounds are probably around probably a foot long, I guess. Probably. No, 6 inches. Yeah, there you go.
Cool. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
so I want
6 inches.
Take these and then like maybe find something sticky like tar or grease.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just let you know there won't be any tar anywhere near the U-boat or around the ocean.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It'd be grease. Probably not. Let's go for rope. Let's go for rope or strap. Glad I could teach everybody on Twitch how to build this thing.
And as you're looking around, we're going to cut back to Stonehaze. Stonehaze, you're swimming. So are you heading northeast or northwest?
So he knows Pinky was nowhere near Site A, so he knows he headed for the somewhere up north. He didn't just swim off into the abyss, he would hope. So he's definitely going to head that direction. What is Stone feeling with this power in this special stick called a trident? So he's feeling the wind circling his lower body.
So when you went into the ocean after you exited the U-boat, you noticed that there was almost a tornado of wind in the ocean that surrounded you, engulfed you almost. But that at this point has stopped as you're swimming. But you do notice that this trident is very, very, I guess, carrying a lot of power. What did Geralt used to say every time? I sense a place of power.
God.
Yeah.
Where? Because Roach is jumping off a cliff.
Just bought that game for $7, by the way, all DLC.
Oh yes, I don't know if anybody watched, but the very first WitcherCon was this past week.
That's right.
Very good stuff.
Tracy was in that, Miss Magitech. I did a stream with her a while back.
Okay.
She's very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so this trident has power. This tornado of water has subsided. Stone likes it. He feels it in his muscle tendons.
Muscle tendons.
He's very confident, especially after launching that torpedo. He's going to involuntarily flex his pecs a couple times and then try to thrust the trident forward towards Site B and Site C, expecting it to carry him. He doesn't know what that tornado was, but he's trying to funnel some sort of movement out of it.
Aquafinity or something? What does that spell?
Can you give me a power roll, please?
Okay.
It's a brand of bottled water.
Oh
Ooh,
no!
7460 failure.
Just thinking of the
Bottle water.
Minecraft.
So
I was thinking
as
of the Minecraft.
As Stone Haze throws this trident out in front of him, hoping that it would launch him possibly towards the location that he most desires, almost like Jack Sparrow's compass, nothing happens.
Yeah, it's dead weight.
But you kind of do feel a vibration in the trident.
Well, continued testing, I'd imagine the researchers would be saying. In that case, he is going to continue by the power of his doggy paddling here to proceed to these northernmost sites.
Okay, so are you heading to the northeast or northwest?
So, recollection from Site A, there was a not like R&D, but a armory of sorts in one. And what was the other? Does he recall?
The other one was... Let's see, what was it?
Just from seeing that map. Again, this was 2 weeks ago, but it was 15, 30 minutes in stone time. You're like, stone time?
I believe it was the Great Hall. So that's the northwest, and you know that the war room is in the northeast because you recall that map.
Pinky really had an affinity for that there tank back in was it Ukraine or was that in Germany? Yeah, that was in Germany. And I also
It
noticed
wasn't
over the
really
past-
it wasn't really in Germany. It was kind of close to Italy on the other side.
Got it. And over the past year, he has spent quite a bit of time with some KP scientists. So it wouldn't make sense to go anywhere else but someplace he could find something to tilly-tally around with. So we're going to head to an armory that was it Site B with the research and development?
That is correct. So you're heading towards the northeast. So
Got it.
as you're swimming, you're going to notice the Colosseum. And in this Colosseum, you notice all these figurines that surround it. Very large, ornate figures. Can you please give me a spot hidden roll?
I can. Oh, shit. Okay. Well, the bonus turns that into an 80 versus 35. Which saves me from 100 versus 35 critical failure.
Right. But it
Ugh.
is still a failure.
Correct. Yeah.
Would you take a penalty from that, though? That is the question.
Mm,
Because it's still a failure, though. But it's less of a failure. No?
He just
Yeah,
doesn't
depends.
see anything, I think.
So as you pass by, you notice these very large, ornate figures of these different individuals who are holding these tridents.
How far away is it from my path to Site B?
You're very close to the Colosseum. You're kind of floating or swimming right next to it. You're probably about 20 yards away from these statues. and you're still a good probably 80 to 100 yards away from Site B, possibly even more. You do see kind of a cloud of oil and maybe smoke kind of off in the distance, kind of raising towards the ocean top.
A flare gun goes off.
And you just and then you see a bigger explosion, and you hear
Yep,
Pinky.
there he is. That's my Stone impression.
Stone is going to turn around and head back to the no. We'll try to like swim through and or over this Coliseum. However, just to get a kind of a better look, there's something in him that's pulling towards it. He's not stopping, but he's definitely looking a bit harder.
Okay, so you're gonna swim over the Coliseum.
If there's no roof on it, yeah.
Yeah, so there's no roof on it. As you swim over it, you'll notice that there is no kind of floor on the Coliseum. That it seemed like there may have been a hatch, and it had been like open, and you see just kind of a dark abyss below it. But you do see just a whole bunch of seats that would have sat thousands of these people who dwelled in this city, this lost city.
I wish I had watched more movies. All right, that is a mental note. Are these statues, are their tridents similar in design and or size to the one I have?
Yes, I won't make you do a roll for that. Yeah, it looks just like the trident that you're holding, but all the individuals look different.
Got it. We'll take a mental note and keep on moving.
Okay, you're heading towards the northeast.
Correct, where we have a strong belief Pinky has found himself.
Okay, and as you get closer to this site, the Triton is still vibrating, but the vibration becomes a little bit heavier.
Closer to Site B?
That is correct.
Got it. He might try it again. No, there's no one watching him. He is by himself, like a man alone in his room, looking into a mirror, dancing or singing. He is alone down here. He's going to give it another thrust, trying to get to Site B.
Okay, please give me a power roll.
He's still smart. No, if no one sees him be stupid. It's a 10 versus 60 extreme success.
So as Stonehaze holds out this Triton, hoping for it to just propel him towards the site, it still doesn't do that. But something about Stonehaze makes this Triton become a part of him. And the Triton begins to glow. And off in the distance, hundreds and hundreds of yards away, you hear the roar of the Kraken again. And you look and you see a couple of the figures in the Colosseum begin to fall because of the rumble that is coming back towards y'all. We're going to go back to Pinky now. Pinky, just bear with us, Dragomir. We'll get back to you. Pinky, what are you doing? You found this flare. I found
the flare. I have the oxygen tank. I think I'm kind of giving up on the rope because I think I'm going to go with a different approach. But is there any oil or thick crude oil somewhere?
So there's a lot of oil and gas that is leaking from these U-boats that are kind of just going up to the surface of the water.
Yeah,
Texas tea.
Crude oil likes to sink, right? Like that really nice flammable stuff, like thick.
Does it?
Oil. I know it doesn't
mention
mix.
That to Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea. So if it does, then it will sink.
I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. Either.
Maybe like a small canister, like oil, or I don't know, like 3-in-1 oil or something. I don't know, just something else I could attach to it, just to give it a little bit more of a.
Inside the
YTP.
U-boat, I'm going to say, I can tell you, you're not going to find anything like that.
Cool. Well, I'm running out of time anyway, and I just heard that Kraken roar. So, so let's go ahead out there with my oxygen tank and my flare gun. I got an idea.
And Pinky, as you start to swim out, you come back out from the back half of this torn in half U-boat, and you notice a figure in the distance swimming towards you. It's a very large figure with a trident, and it's Stone Haze.
Ah,
Gotcha.
cool.
You thought I was a Kraken. It is going to be a Texas howdy with that wave, and then a point to the U-boat, to the submarine.
I'm holding the flare gun pistol in one hand, like waving at him.
Stone gives 2 thumbs up in the scuba suit and points him back at the U-boat.
Okay, and I got the oxygen tank with the flare gun, like, wee.
Oh my gosh.
Swimming back, like, yeah, let's go beat up this Kraken. It's in that way that he's pointing right now. That's what he's talking about. Pinky to the rescue.
We're headed back.
So
I
you're
don't know
heading
this.
back?
I don't know that we're heading back. Yeah, like I'm heading in the direction Stone's telling me to go.
Okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, if back towards the U-boat, but also hearing that roar, we're gonna stick close to the kind of on the way back, taking the same route, so that we're still close. At least Stone is close to the Coliseum. In the event he might need to take cover.
Okay.
I'm following.
And
I'm
as
following
y'all
Stone.
begin to swim back, the camera switches back to Dragomir, who's talking to Captain Thatch. Are you feeling any better?
I'm fine. I've had worse.
Good.
I had worse falling out of the tree not too long ago, I'm going to be honest.
Dragomir, I must ask, do you have faith in your friends?
As much as I have in anyone.
You must understand my predicament. If they do not come back within the hour, then we will need to leave.
They will be fine.
I'm glad to hear it. Well, it's been quite an exciting day. I must ask, would you care for a glass of brandy?
I believe it is best for me to keep my wits about me.
I understand. And you see him, you're both located kind of in his captain quarters. He's sitting on his bed, you're kind of leaned up next to the doorway as crew members are like going by you and stuff. Not in that way, just kind of in a friendly kind of, you're just kind of leaned up, you're just having a chat.
He pats next to him, very gently, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's no way any of that's going on in this U-boat without everybody knowing about it. So, and
friendly chat.
Yes, and so Captain Thatch is kind of sitting on this bed, and you can tell that he's a little distressed because he's never seen something like this before. He's been told of creatures like this, and
bitch, me too.
He is beginning to wonder. Dragomir, I lost my original crew because our U-boat was sank, and we thought perhaps it was another German U-boat vessel, but I believe this was what took us down. If your friends do not come back, I will need to get back to London so I can tell HQ what is going on, so perhaps we can deal with this with a much larger force than we have here.
Is it not? The Germans are the one controlling the waters, right? At least at these depths.
That is what we thought, but after today and after what you've told me in the past couple of minutes, it seems as though we're dealing with much greater forces out there.
But the Germans are also dealing with it. I saw the wreckage that it had caused on them. Why don't we just leave it down here? It is a deterrent for them. My accent is going very bad. It hunts them as much as it hunts us. If we stay away from here and just let it have the Germans to itself.
Yes, but if the Germans keep producing these structures, it might go all over the ocean and destroy it for us. Yes, and that would be great, but we don't know that for a fact, and we must keep the ocean controlled by us. Even though right now we are being told that it is being controlled large portions of it by the Germans. But this Kraken, if we begin to try and send out forces on the ocean, then we wouldn't stand a chance. And before long, the way Europe is going right now, if our troops begin to retreat in France, and if we are unable to hold France, then we will need to retreat and go back to London. And the London Channel, the English Channel, will need to be cleared, especially from a creature like that.
I think that it is worth considering bringing this relic back if you plan on killing this thing. It felt odd when I picked it up. We saw books, something about that is what was used, can be used to kill whatever this thing is. So.
Okay, can you give me a persuade roll, or
Shit.
let's see, persuade, or fast talk, or charm?
It's gonna have to be persuade. I don't think I can
The interpersonal
swindle my way into intimidate for this. Failure. 43 versus 40. What is my luck at? Hold on.
I don't
Oh,
think it's
my
worth
luck's
it.
at 44. I
It's
can't.
not worth it.
It's not worth it.
So, Captain Thatch, after hearing you speak about this Triton again, this relic, he looks back up with you, and he has a very kind of serious, stern face, and he says, "That item will not enter this vessel again if I'm the captain. It was found in the ocean, and it will stay in the ocean. And that is my final word on the matter." And with that, Captain Thatch kind of raises his hand to kind of signal you to kind of leave him. Dragomir, you're on this vessel, this U-boat. Is there anything you would like to do?
There's not really anything I can do at this point. So I'm just kind of watching everyone do their thing. I might go, you know what? I'm going to go up to whoever's driving. I don't know what they would be called, the driver. And say, do you think it would perhaps be smart to kind of meet them halfway?
And the driver, a young, very young man, about 18, kind of looks at you and goes, I'm sorry, I was dozing off. What was the question again?
I just kind of sit there for a second. I'm like, oh shit, okay. This is a child. The two that are out, the rest of my crew, I guess, would it not be smart to kind of head their direction so they do not have as far to come back?
Perhaps, but if we are dealing with whatever you say is out there, then I believe we should probably head back home.
Your captain said you had an hour.
Yes, and if the captain orders me to head the vessel forwards, then I will head it forwards. If he tells me to head back home, then I will head it back home.
All right. I can't argue with following orders.
Can you give me a spot hidden roll, Dragomir?
I sure can. 71-75 success.
You hear the sonar in the background as you're speaking to this young man. And you hear it begin to blink. And it gets faster and faster, and you notice, as you look, you notice that there is some sort of large object that's moving fast towards the U-boat. Now we're going to cut back to Stonehaze and Pinky. Stonehaze, you all are kind of going past the Coliseum again. Please both give me a power roll. No, not a power roll. A spot hidden roll.
Okay. We're both holding on to the trident at this point.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. 9 versus 35. We'll take it.
91 versus 35. I'll take
Don't sound
it.
so defeated, man.
Oh, I'll take it.
So
There you go.
as you're swimming back by the Coliseum, and you notice that a couple of these figures have fallen over and kind of busted, and now they're just a wreckage on the ocean floor. You do notice one that was kind of hidden in a way from shadows or from some of the other figures, but you notice this one kind of large sculpture of this kind of proud person, creature, whatever. You don't really know what it is, but it's a man halfway up, and then below it's almost fish. But he has this very large crown on him, and he's holding the trident. And he's standing, actually sitting on top of what looks like to be the head of the Kraken. And this is a marble figure. Or stone figure.
Love how my first thought was, that's a very poor choice for underwater. These people had no clue what was coming to them.
So, swimming in for a closer look, let me recap this underwater location we're seeing. So, as Pinky and Stone swim back, we hear the roar of a kraken returning, and the U-boat is near, well, closest thing we know to us. And in this Coliseum, we have no roof on it. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of seats for patrons. There is an abyss in a hole at the center. There are several statues with tridents all around that some have toppled and crashed. And where is this proud statue located?
So it's located on the second floor of the Coliseum. And it's inside one of these archways as you begin to swim towards it. You are swimming towards it, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And as you swim towards it, the light above in the sun starts piercing through the clouds again. And a beam of light hits it. And you notice it even more now that this figure has a saddle on top of what looks like to be the head of one of these beasts.
I just want to point out for the audience, while Stone's thinking about all of this with his 9 versus 35 spot hidden, Pinky with his 91 versus 35 is just thinking about explosions and hasn't really put any of this together. Just, for funsies. In case y'all are wondering.
You're still looking for that tar and feathers.
Just thinking about explosions.
So, fucking tar.
Pinky's over there like, I really want to tar and feather this Kraken.
Trains.
Waist and below, his feet are kicking, keeping him. His feet are kicking to keep him up, but everything from the shoulders up is just. Where are the feathers gonna be at?
You see a bird begin to fly next to you. You're like, what is going on? What has Hudson
you
created
summon
for
that?
us?
Okay.
Hudson needs to check himself into somewhere. He's not doing it.
All right. Is there any clear anything that we can see in this abyss in the center, or does it seem like a natural eroded hole?
So are you going more inwards to the Coliseum, towards the center, so where the seats are, looking into kind of where maybe the field or the abyss is?
Just really looking more, trying to examine the abyss to see what the point of it
Okay.
was, or whether or not it was eroded away naturally. Yeah.
So as you get closer in towards the middle of the stadium, can you give me a spot hidden roll?
I can certainly attempt it. Ooh, 34 versus 35 success.
You look down and you notice that there is some sort of field, but the field has kind of parted and slid underneath the Coliseum. You can tell by looking that there is sort of kind of a small kind of gap on the bottom of the Coliseum floor before it goes into the abyss. That kind of looks like where there's some contraption that could come together and form a field or a gate or a door or something to close up that abyss.
Stone is thinking of two options right now. In the meantime, and I believe the choice he's going to go with, he's going to look to Pinky. Great. He's going to point to himself and point to the hole. And he's going to point to Pinky and point to the U-boat. And start descending down to this hole. This contraption-esque hole.
So you're heading towards the hole?
I believe so. He's got a 50-50 shot in his head in terms of what he's thinking right now. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do.
All right.
Actually, so hang on. So that's all we saw were the doors. There's nothing in the blackness.
You can't see anything in the blackness from where you are.
Okay. He's going to reel back then.
And it's not really a door. It's some sort of contraption that I'm sure if you did more research, you would notice that there's some sort of lever that would probably close this to, like when it's in a weird way, kind of like if at SeaWorld, the pool with the whales in it, if they decided to somehow make it like a floor on top of it so they could do like an ice skating thing. And then they would part that, and then you could have the whales do their thing, and then
Dude,
Shout
the ice
out to
skating whales are my
Shamu's
favorite.
Undersea Adventure or whatever that GameCube game was that literally had a Kraken in it. That's all I can think of right now.
Shout out to Jaws, the video game, where you eat a lot of people at a place that kind of looks like SeaWorld.
There you go. I also heard.
Good for her.
I heard Maneater is a good modern substitution for that.
Oh yeah. I
Mhm.
heard the same thing. Yeah. I just haven't checked it out yet. So yes.
okay.
So are you going to
Yeah,
swim towards this abyss or not? Because I will say, if both you and Pinky can give me another listen roll, please, or actually the first
Oh yeah,
listen
no,
roll.
the choice is
We haven't done a
about to be
listen
made
roll
very
today.
soon. 86-41 failure.
80-21 failure.
Goddamn.
So Pinky is still trying to figure out how he's going to get this contraption to work, and Stone Hayes is kind of mesmerized by what he's seen on this kind of figure that's in the Coliseum, and he's also mesmerized by this just abyss that leads to God knows where.
So Let me. So when you pointed at the U-boat, did I see the U-boat? Is it within visual range when you pointed at it?
The U-boat is a couple of hundred yards away. Y'all are in the middle of the map right now.
So I could see the U-boat?
You can see a little bit of it. You can see probably the front of it.
Okay.
That'd be the bow of the
Okay.
U-boat. Yeah.
So I just, for Pinky's sake, I just want to see what's going through his mind. So Stone just pointed at me and then the U-boat, like as if go back to U-boat, and then he pointed at himself and said down there, like he's gonna go down there.
He's also reeling back and starting to double back from the direction we came first.
Okay.
So Stone is starting to swim towards Site C.
There is visual sadness on Pinky's face because he now knows that he won't be able to explode anything.
So you're heading towards Site C, so the northwest area?
I believe so, unless Keeper, you're willing to give me by a stroke of luck any sort of, when Stone flipped through that book on Atlantis, if he found saw a page referencing any sort of saddle, any sort of, or maybe an image reflective of the proud man I saw.
Okay.
Once a cowboy, always a cowboy.
If you want to give me a luck roll, or let me think, a history roll, because now it's in the past, it's history, or yeah, one of those two.
Cool, I appreciate you for that one. We're gonna go with luck. Damn it! For a 68-53 failure.
You don't remember
Okay.
anything. But you do kind of have a hunch that there was something in that book.
Well, there's no time now, so he did just point Pinky to the U-boat. He's headed back to Site C. He knows it's the one place they haven't seen anything, or checked out, to be more specific. And there's nothing in this abyss, because that saddle was part of the marble, correct? Part of the stone?
Yes.
And there were no loose objects that looked like a saddle.
No.
So-
It's all just stone, marble. It's some sort of structure. You don't really know. It looks like stone and marble, but it also looks like something you've never really seen before.
Got it.
You really are just kind of mesmerized by this whole place because it is a lost city. You don't really understand how it got here. You don't understand what these structures are made out of, and you don't understand how it ended up in the way it ended up.
Understood. Yeah, so that black abyss is intimidating enough. We're headed to Site C.
Okay, so you're traveling northwest. Pinky, are you following?
No, I'll go back to the ship so I can start giving orders to the crew.
So
That's Pinky's
perfect.
toxic trait. That's
They're lost
his whole
without him.
toxic trait.
Pinky
is
just
that
gets
he's
back in and he's like, all right, listen up. You go here, you go there. Captain Thatcher's like, what the? All right, so Pinky, you're swimming back towards the U-boat. Can
Yeah.
you give me another listen or spot hidden roll?
Oh man, I would love to give you a spot hidden roll. Oh, it's extreme success with a 6 versus
We are on
35.
top of it with those.
And with that, you see the Kraken beginning to just rush towards the U-boat.
My time has come. I'm gonna take out my flare gun. I'm gonna shoot at it. I'm gonna shoot just somewhere, just
Oh my god.
in front of the U-boat, like not at the U-boat, just to grab its attention. Like, ha ha, come at me, bitch.
Well, it's nice knowing you, Pinky.
You're
Okay, I got
shooting
this.
the flare at the Kraken.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get its attention.
The 300 yard long Kraken.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea, but I don't want it going after that U-boat.
Can you give me a luck roll, please?
All right. Because I can always swim down, if need be.
He just gets
And-
so excited.
And also, I would hope that the U-boat, the people are doing their jobs and they'd be, oh, there's my luck. There it is. 7 versus
Oh,
79.
okay.
Extreme success.
You lucky some bitch. That is a.
Get ready to make another character, Trevor. So
With an
as
extreme success
Pinky
and luck.
as Pinky sees this kraken rushing towards the U-boat, he pulls out the flare gun and shoots it in the direction of the kraken. And out of the corner of the eye of the kraken sees this red bright flare skimming across the ocean, and it grabs its attention as it moves, heading towards Pinky.
I'm in danger.
Learn from my mistakes, motherfucker.
Dragomir, you're noticing the crew beginning to panic as Captain Thatch comes in to calm everybody down and say, "Gentlemen, man your battle stations. The time has come. If we are down to one last torpedo, we will need to leave."
He said the thing.
Dragomir, you can either help us or you can rest. It is up
What
to
do
you.
I need to do?
Excellent. If you want to help the gentleman in the front with the torpedoes, loading them, I believe they could help you out there. Stone Hayes, can you please give me a power roll?
I'm still on the. I'm in danger. I can give you a power roll. 44 versus 60 success.
The Triton, as you're swimming towards this location, see, the Triton, out of nowhere, begins to point itself back south, where you heard this roar come from. Or actually, you didn't hear a roar, so scratch that, because you failed that listen roll.
Can I identify if it is from? Is it directing me back to the Colosseum?
Is directing you back down to the south, so you will have to go to the Colosseum or past the Colosseum. It is not pushing you, but it is pointing you, almost like a compass.
Okay. We ain't in Texas anymore, Toto. These are strange lands and this is strange time, so he's gonna go with the flow. We're swimming back south.
So as you're heading back south, are you going to stop at the Colosseum or keep on going?
We're headed to wherever this thing is taking me.
So as the Triton keeps vibrating, it's a very heavy vibration now. As you get to the Colosseum, it's still heavy. It doesn't ever get heavier or die down. As you pass over the Colosseum, it stays very steady with the vibration. So you know that you need to keep going south.
Okay. If that's what it's saying, we're still headed south. If it's still pointing that direction.
All right. So as you get to south, you see this kraken, this very large formation, heading towards a very small object, because you see this kind of small red light flickering off in the distance. Now it's gone. And you notice that Pinky has gotten the attention of the kraken. So if everybody will roll dex, please.
Hell. So he is pieced together. It is pointing at the kraken itself.
That is correct.
Ooh.
So Dragomir, you will be going first, followed by Stonehaze, Pinky, and then the Kraken. But however, the U-boat will be in between Dragomir and Stonehaze.
All right, I'm going to start helping load torpedoes.
All right, so as the crew are loading both Tube 1 and Tube 2, they begin to put the torpedoes inside. You hear the captain, actually the first mate, yell down the hatch. All right, flood Tube 1. And they flood it. Are you going to help fire this?
Yes, I don't really know, but I'm gonna like assume someone will tell me. I'm gonna say,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. Someone tell me what to do.
All right. So you're going to fire it, and I'm going to have control of this.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Excellent. So you see, or you hear the evacuation of the torpedo leave the U-boat, and you're waiting with the crew to listen to hear if there was any impact. And there was an impact, and it hit the left side of the Kraken. And you see this, Stonehaze. You see an explosion in the water, and Pinky, you also see this as this Kraken takes 16 points of damage.
Damn.
You got knocked the fuck out.
How many torpedoes are left?
There should be at least 3.
Okay.
Yes.
Y'all
yes,
got 3 torpedoes
Yep.
left. You
3
better
torpedoes.
be getting them back.
Who's up next?
Give me 1 second. I'm calculating this real quick. It will be the U-boat, and so the U-boat is going to load the second torpedo in the second tube and fire it. And you listen closely, but you don't hear anything. And both Stonehaze and Pinky, you see this torpedo leave the U-boat, and it rushes towards the Kraken, but it misses just by a hair as it goes past and is heading north. And now we're at Stonehaze. Stonehaze, your Triton is vibrating very heavily towards the Kraken.
Ah.
What a beautiful head of hair.
Sorry, I hate getting into these predicaments. Okay. Just thrusting this trident at the Kraken do anything?
You'll need to be at close range. Right now, you're around like 30 to 50 yards away from this creature.
Okay, so that's in terms of physical damage. It doesn't do anything else.
If you want, okay. I'm sorry. What are you asking? Is
just
there
like
something
thrusting
more?
it at it?
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, not stabbing it, but thrusting it at it. Yeah.
Okay. Give me a power
He's
roll.
still trying. He's still in his magic little world. Yeah.
Right. Give me a power roll.
Okay. Fuck. That's 6 points, and that is a lot of luck points to spend.
If you want to borrow some of Pinky's luck points, I'll allow it.
Okay. Do you want to lend some, Pinky? Do you want...
No,
that's
not
how
really.
it
Not really.
works.
Is that how it works? Okay. That is a 66 versus 60 failure. And with my luck right now, I don't believe I want to spend that.
Okay. Are you going to stick with that?
So what happens?
All right. So as you thrust this Triton out, knowing that it's pointing you towards this Kraken, nothing really happens except the Kraken takes its attention away from Pinky and begins to turn towards you.
Okay.
Pinky, it's your turn
Fuck.
now.
Oh, good. So it's going towards stone now. I don't know. This thing seems a lot bigger than whatever an oxygen tank can handle. But I'm still going to hold on to it. And it's also turning towards the guy with the trident. And I am also running out of oxygen myself. Yeah, I'm gonna start kick pedaling my way back to the U-boat. I think the guy with the mythical trident is probably going to be okay.
All right, so you're going to go back to the U-boat. You get into the hatch in the small room, and then you get back into the U-boat, and you notice the crew are just panicking everywhere, running. You hear the captain yelling out orders and everything.
Cool. Yeah, I
sonar.
run up to the I'm gonna run up to the captain and be like, "We need to send one down its throat." What are you doing? You stupid captain.
And Captain Thatch looks at you and says, "If we could see it, and if it could stay still, then perhaps we could." And with that, he takes the periscope and is like looking in it just to see if he can shoot it. But right now, all you see is, well, Captain Thatch sees something. If you want to take a look at the periscope, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Can you give me a spot hidden roll, please?
Okay.
Wait, what'd you see in there?
What are you looking at? Dang it. 63-35.
You see a very large mass of a very large object in front of the boat. You can tell it's the Kraken, but you're seeing the backside of it. You know, you don't see the head or the mouth.
Kraken booty. It's a booty kraken.
God.
But with that spot hidden roll, or yeah, with that roll, with it being a failure, I can't tell you if you see any other holes.
Next.
So we're gonna go back.
That's in my turn.
Back to Dragomir, who is helping
Alright.
load
End of paragraph.
torpedoes.
What? Okay. I'm just gonna keep helping. Or I'm gonna say, Pinky, where's Stone?
He's out there. The Kraken's going after him.
Oh, great. Wait, if we hit it with the torpedo, will it not hit him?
Unless it's already got him, in which case it really won't matter.
Fair enough. And I keep helping load.
All right, and so you're going to be helping load Tube 1 again. So let's see if...
Actually, I'm gonna say, what do you mean about shooting it into its mouth? If we can see, did you see anything through there?
No, I couldn't see anything. You can
Swap
take a
with
look.
me. Let me look. And I'm gonna like drag him away and like go to look through
Well,
the periscope.
So you're going to look through the periscope, okay?
Yes. Extreme success, 12 versus 75.
You see the Kraken's
It's all about
butthole.
playing with a group.
I see the Kraken's butthole.
Yes.
If it's got an ass, we can kill it.
I'll say, I know where. Can I like convey like how many degrees to turn to like aim directly at it?
Yes, you can.
That's what I want to do.
And Captain Thatch begins to direct orders to the crew that are manning their stations that will allow the U-boat to turn in that way. And we are going to say that is your turn for that time.
Real quick, I want to say, Pinky, you are a genius.
As the U-boat is still
I
loading
know.
both Tube 1 and Tube 2, make a roll real quick, because they're going to shoot one of those off. So you hear one of the test tubes down the very front. Not test tubes. Why do I keep saying test tubes? One of the torpedo tubes. You hear the men yell fire, and you kind of hear a evacuation of the torpedo leave the U-boat. Let's see if it hit, and it does hit. Let's
Followed
see how
by
much
the
damage it does.
evacuation of the Kraken's booty hole.
7 points of damage. Perfect. As this torpedo now has hit the booty hole of the Kraken, and this monster heading towards Pinky just lets out a devastating roar. And
would too.
real quick, I just remembered that we skipped over the Kraken's turn, I believe.
It's okay. He doesn't have to go.
Well,
Okay.
we have to
Not
be fair.
anymore. He doesn't.
We have to be fair towards the Kraken. So the Kraken is heading towards Pinky with its mouth kind of opening, and it's really angered right now because
The other pinky called
it's
Stone.
no, yeah, Stone Haze. Yeah, my bad. Stone Haze. It has its very wide jaw opening. Its tentacles are coming towards you, and one of the tentacles you see is reaching up to almost slice at you or swipe at you, and it's going to make its tentacle strike at you.
Understood. Go for a dodge. Failed dodge.
Failure.
Damn.
And it was a successful strike.
No. You succeeded. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be taking 7 points of damage.
Understood.
Glad we're playing Pulp.
Yeah.
Now it is
Okay.
your turn, Stonehaze, as this creature kind of hits you with one of its large tentacles, and it kind of swipes you away a little bit further, about 5 yards, even more away from the creature's mouth. You're about at 20 yards now, away from the mouth of the creature.
How far away from the Coliseum? Approximately?
About 50 yards now.
Well, there's no getting away from the damn thing. So we'll go for another point. Another thrust.
Give me
He felt. I mean, seeing it go straight from Pinky to him after that. Yeah.
Give me a power roll.
5260 power success.
And as you hold out this trident, and as this Kraken comes closer with its jaws, you hear, or you see, the trident begin to glow even more, and its vibration stops, and the Kraken stops in front of you. And the jaws of the Kraken close, and the tentacles kind of stop being violent and harmful. It seems to be at peace. As you have tamed this Kraken to your will.
Oh, sorry, bud.
It's fine. I can see what's going on.
Are we still in turn order?
I'm sorry?
Are we still in turn order?
No, there's no longer a need for combat because you can tell
Well,
that the Kraken is
Right, I understand.
at your service, or it likes you for some reason, or it just, you don't
It's
know.
not trying to kill me. That much
No.
I can tell.
You almost kind of hear through the ocean, through your entire scuba gear, you hear almost this very loud kind of vibration from a purr, in a way. A very large,
I'm gonna-
almost cat or lion.
real quick, at the periscope, I'm going to say, hold fire. It's stopped.
Okay. And Captain Thatch and the crew stop. Captain Thatch comes over to Dragomir and says, What do you mean it stopped?
Look, it is stopped.
And Captain Thatch takes hold of the periscope and looks. And yells out to the crew, Stand down, men, stand down. Do you see your friend Stonehaze out there, Dragomir?
Did I see him?
Can you give me a spot hidden roll?
Yes, I can. 4 versus 75, extreme success.
You see Stonehaze out in the middle of the water, but what really catches your eye is the glow of this Triton as he holds it up in front of this Kraken. And what you see next is the Kraken look at Stonehaze, and it bows at him.
I think this dumbass just tamed a Kraken.
Y'all ever break a horse?
Oh my god.
stone is going to approach the head of this beast that it is offered, and gently lay his hand on it. And in his mind, you hear a "Whoa, girl," and he takes, much like the statue he saw. He's going to, I suppose, mount the head of this beast, much like that proud figurine he saw holding the same trident.
I'm gonna say no fucking way.
And as you mount the beast, you see one of the tentacles kind of come up slowly and grabs you and positions you a little bit
Okay,
further
I'm
back,
Sorry.
gently, sensually. No, not really. Gently back, a little bit further back in the head. And then you see the Kraken, or feel the Kraken begin to rise and rise and rise. And Captain Thatch in the boat says, "Right, okay, it looks like the Kraken is heading towards the upper part of the ocean, trying to, I guess, breach. I believe it is a good time for us to leave now."
I believe so as well. I think Stone will be alright.
Excellent. And Captain Thatch begins to signal the crew to begin to head towards a couple of 100 yards away from this whole site, primarily the south part. And from then, he's going to try to get the boat to rise above the ocean floor and breach the ocean. And as the U-boat breaches the top, you see the clouds begin to disperse. The storm that was going on while you were underneath the ocean has stopped, and the sun has finally broken through the clouds for good. And
Wow.
Dragomir and Pinky, if y'all could give me a spot hidden roll real quick.
Oh God. Hard success, 3775.
Nope.
Okay.
99.
Dragomir, you kind of push the captain out of the way to get up to the top of the U-boat, to get out of the hatch, to get up, to get fresh air, and to see what happened to Stonehaze. And as you get out, you see seagulls flying, and you see this large kind of shadow in the water, and you see this Kraken emerge, and on top of it sits Stonehaze, white-haired, wet, and carrying a glowing trident. Stonehaze, do you have any one-liners you would like to end on?
Same one he thought to himself. And he'll repeat, "Hey, y'all ever tame a fucking horse?"
As this episode goes to blackout, thank you so much for joining us for Achtung, Cthulhu.
Oh my God.
This is Operation Kraken. How was that, guys? How did y'all enjoy that?
It's
Oh,
wonderful.
my God.
Congratulations.
Time to Kraken.
Owner of a Kraken. Proud Kraken.
Oh God, proud Kraken father.
Congratulations. It's a Kraken.
I didn't expect that to happen, and I legitimately,
fair.
because
To be fair,
I don't think any of
Number
us
one-
expected that.
Well, it was about to go two ways. So if you had not made that successful power roll, probably in the next round somebody would have killed the beast because it only had 10 points of hit points left. So
damn.
cool.
Number one, I thought it was going to carry me where I wanted to go because I felt that wind at my feet. That didn't happen.
Mm.
Number two, I thought it was going to project some kind of spell. That didn't happen. That's because I will say, I thought that saddle that was seen in the stone sculpture was located in the throne room, but then again, you don't need a saddle to ride a horse.
right.
So
Well, and let me just say this. We can talk more about this on our after show right after this for our Patreon
Yeah.
supporters. And if you're not a Patreon supporter, please go out there and support us. You get a lot of extra more content that we have, and extra more content. Is that a polite way of saying it?
Extra
You'll get,
It is
Yes,
now.
extra more
You'll
content.
get
It is
extra
now.
much
Yeah.
more Mostess content.
It's my favorite Taylor Swift album. Extra more.
And you'll get to see some more behind the scenes of our after show that we do, talking about what went into the episode and what we thought about the episode. Guys, do y'all have anything that y'all like to shout out or close with before we get off or leave?
Not
If you get a
that I
chance
know
to
of.
tame a kraken, jump on it.
For it.
Jump on it. Jump on it.
All right.
Both literally and metaphorically, jump on it.
Right. Excellent. Well, we will see you anon, and I hope you all stay spoopy. And we will see you. I believe we're going to talk about it and see if we're going to stay on Sunday nights or if we're going to switch to Tuesday nights or if we're going to do both for right now. But we're going to talk about it and we'll let y'all know very soon. So just stay spoopy and stay tuned. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.